What's going on, everybody? Hope everyone's doing well. It has been hot here. Right now, the old F-150 says it's 95 degrees outside. So I haven't been filming a lot of stuff outside just because it's just so hot. We went over 2 weeks, didn't get any rain. Finally got a good rain yesterday. But just been doing so many different things around the house and at work. And I actually forgot about some footage I had. So I was going through and I started doing just some footage, and then I was going to put it all together and never got around to it. So what you're about to watch in a couple minutes is just some footage of the tractor doing loader work with the bucket, doing some work with a Land Pride land plane, and then in the same day I did some brush hogging with the Kubota, and on the back I had the Everything Attachments Extreme 60-inch rotary cutter. That thing's kind of a beast. So happy with all of it, how it all turned out. There's a front little pasture at the front of the house. I was waiting for the fawns to get out of there before. We have so many deer around us. I figured there was going to be some fawns up there. So I waited till they were big enough to kind of scurry on before I mowed that down. And that's about it. So it's not a lot of footage of me talking or doing anything like that. But I know some guys have just been requesting some footage of the tractor doing some work. So that's what we got. But I brush hogged I don't know, acre or two with it, and then open field up front. We have some trails that are just natural made deer trails. I tried clearing up some of them, and then didn't get around to finishing those up because there's some trees that had fallen over the trail, and it's just been too hot. I haven't got out there with the chainsaw and the grapple to get those moved. But yeah, a lot of work, a lot of fun getting stuff done. But yeah, all this video that you're about to see was taken the same day, or really close to each other. All the days kind of melt together here lately. But laid out some stone, moved some stuff around, used a brush hog, a rotary cutter, and then I even had time to play around with the garden with the brilliant Cultipacker. At the beginning of the video, didn't have a tongue on it. I ripped the tongue off, put a new tongue on so I could actually pull it behind the tractor. So, hope you guys enjoy it. It's just some footage of the tractor doing what the tractor does, and that's do work and does a good job at it. So, all right, everybody, take care. Any questions, shoot me a message, and I'll talk to y'all later. What's up, everybody? Today's project is to finish this stone. I got some low places in the driveway. I'm going to use the rest of that. I'm going to get the Land Pride land leveler, land plane, whatever you want to call it. I'm going to get that out, hit this area, hit the driveway, the other parking pad here in front of the garage. So, got the forks on now. Just dropped the disc there. I got to go back and do some stuff later. I'm getting ready to plant a food plot. The 8-foot Cultipacker, which is a 2-row right there, I'm going to disconnect the 2 rows, put a new tongue on the front. That one was made for horse-drawn implements. Move these plows back here to open this area up. It's got a lot of things doing today. Got a lot of things going on today. It's beautiful out. So trying to take advantage of it, but I want to get all this nice and level. And if you watch one of my earlier videos, I dug a trench right here because we were getting water buildup over there. That doesn't seem to be happening anymore. So I probably got 8 tons of stone left out of the 29 or 30 tons I had delivered. So I planned that about right for that parking pad. But gonna get some stuff moved around. I got to move a lawnmower and a sprayer to get the land plane hooked up, and then try and get this garden done. So one thing at a time. Cool fact though, today I got a hold of my buddy Robert, who welded the brush guard on the front of the tractor with a little pheasant on it. And I said, hey man, give me the 101 on welding. He is a professional welder for a gas company. Before that, he was a pipeliner out west. I don't know if he worked in Canada or not, but he's been welding for a long time. Gave me a crash course. My dad has I think it's a 1979 Miller AC 220 welder, 240, whatever you want to call it. So I said, teach me good enough where I can start welding on some of these Cultipacker projects. And he said I did okay. Just keep practicing. But The reason I'm going to put a 4x4 tongue on the small one right now is that eventually it's going to get all tore apart, made smaller, and I want to make it into a 3-point for the tractor. But right now I need it for the food plot, so didn't get time to get that done first. But all right, that's what we're going to do. Stick around. All right, got the 2 Cultipackers and the 2 plows moved out of the way. Gonna grab the land plane now and smooth some of this out, and then I'm gonna start working on that Cultipacker. And we're done. There we have it. I moved that whatever was left over back in the corner. Might use that to touch up in front of the garage a little bit. But yeah, I had some stone here, and then had that rest of that stone hauled in. Filled up the driveway, hit the driveway with the land plane. I left this spot right here a little high. I got that 30-yard dumpster coming in. That's where I want them to put that, because I know when they drop that off and pick that up, it's going to mess that up. Then I can re-hit that later. When I got off the tractor, I just realized it hit 50.2 hours. So it looks like I'll be doing an oil change tonight or tomorrow. Overall, made quick work of this today. And like I said earlier, this is a land plane by Land Pride. This is a GS 1560. This does not belong to me. I want to give a shout out to J&J Lighty Enterprises for letting me borrow this. They had it at their shop, and I was talking to him about one, and he said, hey man, don't buy one, just come grab mine. I know where it's at when I need it. So I keep it inside for him, and I've used it a couple times, and that is a great tool. What I like to do when I'm leveling dirt or stone out with this is I'll pull it forward. If I have a little bit left over, then I just back forward again, or back forward. I back up again and push right over. It just makes makes your productivity a lot quicker, because you're going both forward and back, and you're leveling dirt, stone at the same time. Does a great job making the driveway look nice and refreshed. So that was the start to today's project. I'm gonna go in the house, get something to drink, maybe something to eat quick, and come out and I'm gonna work on this. Stopped at Tractor Supply, bought 10 carriage bolts, 6 inches long, another 4x4. We'll get that done, and I'm probably gonna take off this back row, and then get going on this food plot today, tomorrow on my days off. So, and that's where we're at. So I will be back shortly. Go grab something to drink. It's hot, getting hot out here. It wasn't supposed to be this hot today, but yeah, cool little brilliant Cultipacker. The only wheel that's bad is right there, so that's gonna get shortened up. And I got some new angle iron on the way and some square tubing. I'm gonna turn this into a 3-point for the tractor. The small roller I'm gonna turn into a Cultipacker for behind the ATV. And I still have my 10-foot back there. I have no idea what I'm doing with that. Hey, but once you got it, don't get rid of it, right? All right, guys, I'll be back in a little bit. All right, got her done, just pulled her out here. I wanted to use it out there on the food plot that I have to disc up some more today. But I was like, you know what? I'm gonna pull it across the garden just to see how it does. And it took out all those big clumps we had, which kind of impressed me, but that's what it's designed for. So kind of cool though. Last time this thing was in a field, it was probably behind a team of horses. I know for a fact it was behind a team of horses because it still had a horse tongue on it. This side has a spring on it, the other side doesn't. And what I did is I took the old tongue off, found this old 4x4. It's kind of got a twist to it in my dad's barn earlier today, and about $5 in hardware. I didn't go real fancy because I planned on taking the Packers off of here anyways, and made a hitch. The old hitch that was on it for having the horses really wasn't going to work for this, and I was like, man, I don't know what to do. I found this top piece and bottom piece out in the scrap pile that was left here on this property by the farmer that lived here before. So that's kind of cool, you know. Found the Cultipacker in my dad's barn and found the hitch and stuff up here. But I'm happy. Kind of don't want to cut it apart now and use it for a 3-point. But that is pretty cool. Old 8-foot Brilliant Cultipacker. Not missing any wheels or packers, which I think is pretty cool. But let me show you what it did over here. It's kind of clumpy, so I just ran it over one time. And I think we're about ready to plant tomorrow. So I'm going to drop the Cultipacker. I might go grab the grapple, pick up some of these trees that I've been wanting to do for over a week, and disc up out there on the other side of those trees is where I'm going to plant the buckwheat, hopefully tomorrow. And I might make it all the way up into here. I got enough seed. That's about 2 acres. So planting buckwheat and sunflower. I got deer feeder over there. And deer in that nonstop. So all right. One more project today done. I'm gonna go grab the disc and work on that food plot.